flight risk isn't even the main issue. Cassie just submitted a letter to the judge that she is afraid for her safety. Quote, Miss Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community.
Sean Diddy Combs dropped to his knees and seemingly prayed in the courtroom after the verdict was read. Combs has been denied bail, the judge citing his history of violence and saying it's impossible to prove he would not pose a danger if released.
What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say when you put your girl on the snap.
This was another photo shown to the jury of Cassie trying to hide a very visible black eye and big swelling on the side of her head.
Gee, y'all, things just went from messy to downright terrifying in the Diddy is Cassie situation. Like, it's getting dangerous out here. Apparently, top-tier Hollywood security firms are refusing to protect Cassie right now. Can you believe that? They're literally calling her a high-risk client because Diddy, yes, Sean Love Combs himself, is allegedly out here making unhinged threats like, I want her gone type threats. What is even happening? And now Cassie's lawyer, Douglas Wigdor, is in full-blown panic mode, trying to figure out how to keep her safe. This isn't just a legal battle anymore, folks. This is real life or death.
My view as her lawyer, a witness to this case and not a party, is that she was brutally honest.
So here's the deal. Diddy is still behind bars as we speak, waiting for his sentencing, which is set for October. But sis, he's not just sitting there quietly. Nope. He's out here making calls, plotting revenge, and threatening anyone who had the courage to speak out against him. And guess who's number one on that hit list? Cassie. Of course it's Cassie. She's the one who cracked open the whole damn thing with her lawsuit. What's even scarier is that there's a real chance Diddy could be out before October. His legal team is out here doing gymnastics trying to convince the judge to let him go early. They're literally appealing the decision to keep him locked up. And get this, even Diddy's mom jumped in. She signed a letter begging the judge to believe her baby boy isn't a threat to anyone. Like, come on, really? Meanwhile, everyone who testified is scared out of their minds. And I don't blame them one bit. It's not just Cassie either. Diddy's former chef Jordan is out here saying she fears for her life too. This man has people literally shaking in their boots.
I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here.
And then, buckle up for this one. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, big homie CC, remember him? He claims someone tried to run him off the damn road. Why? Because he exposed some seriously shady names tied to Diddy's alleged blackmail empire. Like, this is next level scary now.
Randomly, our car gets hit from the side by a blacked out vehicle. No license plate. That's happened 3 times this month so far. You know, I'm somebody where I've had FBI come to my house before and tell me they found a threat against my life.
Oh, and don't forget LB, Shore Kim Porter's ex. He's gone totally MIA ever since that verdict came out. He's reportedly in hiding now after claiming that Diddy literally tried to kill him. Like, what? This is sounding like something out of a movie, but it's all real. So with all this crazy stuff going on, let's focus on Cassie for a sec, because she's still the biggest target in Diddy's crosshairs. Her lawyer, Douglas Wigdor, sent this desperate letter to Judge Aaron Supermanian, practically begging him to keep Diddy locked up. Like begging. He said that if Diddy walks free, the first thing he'll do is go after Cassie or her family. That's the level we're at, y'all. Wigdor wrote, and I quote, Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself as well as to the community. Woo, chills. The judge did agree that Diddy needs to stay locked up at least until sentencing. He said Diddy's team failed to show that he wasn't a danger to anyone else, but don't get too comfy. Diddy's lawyers are still pushing hard to overturn that decision. They even offered a $1 million 0-cents bond and promised all this stuff like Diddy'll give up his passport, stay between Florida, California, and New York, and even do regular drug tests. Like, okay, and that's supposed to make us feel better? They're trying to act like the biggest concern is whether Diddy will skip town. But hello? That's not even the issue. He's not a flight risk. He's a danger to the people who testified against him, starting with Cassie. Now here's the part that really makes my stomach turn. Cassie can't even find a legit security firm willing to protect her. None of the top ones will take her on. Why? Because Diddy is allegedly using his connections to bribe security companies into rejecting her. Yes, while he's still in jail. If this man is already flexing that kind of power behind bars, what the hell is going to happen if he gets out? And what about Cassie's husband, Alex, and their 3 kids? Like, this is serious. You remember that witness who said Diddy was plotting to go after Alex too? Apparently, Alex sent him some threatening text saying he wanted to beat the F out of him. And let's just say Diddy didn't take it well. He allegedly started planning to get rid of him too. Straight up madness. According to the New York Post, those texts from Alex had Diddy fuming. And let's not forget, Diddy is a textbook narcissist. Mental health experts have even said it. This man cannot handle not getting his way.
This behavior is consistent with a person who is immature, cold, callous, reckless, impulsive, angry, aggressive, and has a massive sense of entitlement. Sean was physically dominant and fearless during the attack. He didn't appear to be worried about anything except not getting his way.
He said it himself. Whatever I want, I get. So now that he's escaped a major charge, you just know he feels like he's unstoppable. And there's only one thing he wants more than his freedom right now.
The hardest hustler in the world. This is Savage Part 2. Don't tell me about shit. It's 2022 and I'm still a savage. Whatever I want, I get. Whatever I want, I fucking get.
Revenge. That's it. Pure revenge. Cassie is at the top of that list, but she is far from the only one. There's a whole trail of ex-associates who are now speaking out, and they're terrified. And honestly, they have every reason to be. Big homie CC, again, said he survived multiple attempts on his life just for doing an interview. Like, what? He told Piers Morgan that after the interview was scheduled, suddenly he's getting followed, cars trying to run him off the road, and the FBI literally showing up to tell him there's an active threat on his life. That is wild.
After working in the industry, I converted my business to combat human trafficking. Last year, my team brought home 17 people, 4 children, 1 boy. And whenever these trials come about, the closer you get to the trial date, a lot of things start happening to remove people from the case that are going to strengthen the case for the prosecution. You know, it's been a hard time to line up this interview because the last time I was scheduled to be in this interview, randomly, our car gets hit from the side by a blacked out vehicle. No license plate. That's happened 3 times this month so far.
Really?
Somebody didn't want me to do this interview. Yeah, somebody didn't want me to do this interview. You know, I'm somebody where I've had FBI come to my house before and tell me they found a threat against my life. So, you know, I'm well versed in this world. But, you know, I got round the clock security. One of them was sitting right here with me right now. This is a dangerous game people are playing, and it's a good feeling for me to see the justice system prevail, and some people deserve retribution.
And y'all, Big Homie said right after he started talking about Diddy and exposing shady stuff in the industry, he suddenly started showing pneumonia symptoms.
Yeah.
Suspicious doesn't even begin to cover it.
On this path, I've been poisoned 3 times. My toxicology report showed cyanide. And you know, cyanide metabolizes into pneumonia in your body. So I've had pneumonia on 3 occasions. You know, and these problems didn't start for me until I started to speak out about people like this.
And anytime someone around Diddy starts showing pneumonia symptoms, that's a massive red flag. So many people connected to him have died mysteriously, and a lot of them, pneumonia was the official cause. You already know the most infamous case, Kim Porter. But let's not forget her ex, Al B, sure. He's been throwing out some wild claims, including saying he's 1,000% convinced Diddy tried to have him killed in 2022. Why? Because he was talking about Kim's suspicious death.
So you were in that coma in 2022. You had the liver transplant, you had the tracheotomy, I mean, all that stuff that went on.
Multi-system organ failure.
Yeah,
wow. 60.
Right. Have they figured out what happened yet?
We will.
No, I mean, have the doctors medically, like, what happened to you?
Yeah, what happened? So,
because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah, so, just mysteriously out of the blue, which we do talk about in the book, I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down. If you actually knew what they did to me, there was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive.
Al straight up said he doesn't buy the official story that Kim died from pneumonia. He hinted there's way more to it in his upcoming book. He even said he was ready to testify in Diddy's trial.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time. And I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, It's unfortunate.
Is Diddy suing you or threatening to sue you?
No.
No?
I have the truth.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely.
But now, crickets. Al's gone silent. No social media posts, no interviews, nothing. Sources close to him say he's absolutely terrified that Diddy's going to finish the job. Fans are losing it, begging someone to protect him. One person on X said, "Can someone go protect Al?" Sure, Diddy is going to just come out worse. Another person brought up the end of New Jack City and said, "Al should be outside the courthouse with a shotgun right now." Y'all, people are really scared. And sadly, he's not the only one. And let's not forget Diddy's former private chef, Jordan Atkinson. This poor woman is completely traumatized. Like, not just shook, but genuinely living in fear. After the verdict dropped, she was so scared that she had to speak out publicly. She came out and said she's terrified that Diddy will come for her next. And she's not just pulling this out of thin air. She actually witnessed some of the horrific stuff Diddy allegedly did to Cassie back when she worked for him. She even revealed that Diddy used to get physical with her too. Like, what kind of madness is this?
As one of the actual minor victims to Sean Combs' physical assault while I was employed by him, as someone who was a witness to the abuse towards Cassandra Ventura Fine during my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice. Terrified is actually an understatement. I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. I did submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura Fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice. And beyond any of this, I don't really have anything more to say, and I really don't know where to go from here. Just know that I am terrified and I am traumatized. And it's honestly, fuck Kim.
Jordan also told everyone that earlier in 2024, the feds showed up at her house and told her she was officially on their witness list. But it didn't stop there. One of Diddy's lawyers actually reached out and tried to intimidate her. Can you believe that? A lawyer trying to scare her off. The wildest part? That lawyer somehow knew the feds had already been to her house. So, how deep does Diddy's influence go? It's giving mafia vibes, y'all. Like, how is he getting this info while locked up?
I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government and that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. I did submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice.
Some people are saying, nah, Diddy wouldn't be dumb enough to make a move once he's out. That's just asking to go back to prison. But let's be real. This man is not your average person. Diddy has a grudge list a mile long and the resources to make anything happen without ever getting his own hands dirty. Like, think about it. Do we really think a man with that much money, power, and rage is just going to chill after everything that's gone down? Please. And now fans are begging Cassie to take her family and disappear. One fan wrote, "If I were Cassie, I'd pack up and go into hiding. Diddy is an evil bastard and I would be worried in case he wanted revenge." And then someone else dropped this brutal truth. She can't hide from him. He's too powerful. She'll never be safe. And honestly, that's the scary part. They might be right. Diddy has already proven that he can get away with just about anything. Witnesses, evidence, none of it seems to matter. And if he walks out of jail feeling untouchable, that's a nightmare waiting to happen. Now, if you think we're just being dramatic talking about how far Diddy might go, think again. Look at Kim Porter. A healthy, beautiful woman suddenly gets sick with flu symptoms, and a week later, dead from pneumonia. And not just that, she told people right before she passed that she thought someone had poisoned her. Let that sink in.
That the night before Kim Porter passed, that she group texted some close friends saying that he got me. And that Kim also insinuated in that text that she felt like she had been poisoned.
Let's talk about timing, y'all. Cassie left Diddy in October 2018 and Kim Porter, she died just a month later in November. That's way too close for comfort. When you compare what Cassie's revealed to what we know about Kim's last days, it's terrifying. Diddy's pattern is real and it's dark. Cassie's in serious danger now. No security firms will touch her, and Diddy's allegedly pulling strings from behind bars. She's got 3 kids, a husband, and no real protection. And now, rumors say Paps are being paid to stalk her. Someone even snapped a photo of her husband Alex with one of their daughters. Like, why? It reeks of intimidation. Word is, Cassie's already packed her bag. She's ready to vanish with her family. And honestly, can you blame her?